Всем привет, дорогие друзья, с вами я, Эрмакс. У нас продолжение прохождения игры под названием GreedFall. И я хотел бы кое-что сказать заранее, перед началом прохождения, что, скорее всего, в последующих видео, продолжениях, я не буду читать диалоги. Причина тому, это не лень моя. Я хочу, чтобы вы сами читали, слышали оригинальный перевод. Ну и сам я вас отвлекаю, наверное. Вот. Вы всегда можете поставить на стоп, перечитать, понять суть всего, что происходит. Вот. Поэтому давайте продолжать. В прошлой серии мы, по-моему, остановились на том, что помогли алхимику сбежать из города. Вот так. Хотел бы в этой серии выполнить вообще абсолютно все на острове. Постараюсь выполнить, точнее. Вот. Нам еще надо найти нашего кузена Константина, который пропал. Этого задания еще нету. Давайте сходим вот к послу Телемы. Быстренько. Вот он.
Good day, Excellency.
Sir de Sade, to what do I owe the pleasure?
I have come to inform you that my cousin Constantine and I are departing for Tirfredi on the hour.
Ah, yes. I did indeed hear talk that you had both received callings of greater stature. Allow me to congratulate you. Were you not named legate of the congregation?
You are correct, Excellency. I thank you.
It is a station of great honor that I am sure you will fill with brio and panache. The Mother Cardinal Cornelia will be enchanted to work with you, and your cousin in the future. I only regret that your departure is so sudden.
Really?
To be entirely honest with you, I was hoping to solicit your help in a rather delicate matter.
Tell me more about it, and perhaps I can take care of your problem before my departure.
Very well. A small group of dangerous heretics has found refuge in Serene. We know that your uncle tolerates the presence of all pagans within the city walls. But these particular non-believers threaten the fragile harmony of this place. We would consider it a tremendous favor if you would arrest them and deliver them to our guard.
Heresy is not a crime in Serene. You do know that. But I'm sure my uncle would hear your arguments. Why call on my intervention?
The prince would indeed give us his blessing, but it would take time. Far too much time. For according to our sources, these fugitives have already made contact with a smuggler to take them who knows where.
I see. You're hoping that I'll be able to do something before they make it to an enemy city. If your heretics are planning on boarding a ship, then they must be in the dockyards. I'll look into this and see what I can do.
Так. Мы все, в принципе, узнали. Спрашивать ничего не будем. Пойдемте сразу.
I must be going. Farewell, Excellency.
May the light guide you, de Sade.
Как я понял, мы, походу, не уплывем с этого острова, потому что нам дали еще одно дополнительное задание. Я теперь вообще не понимаю, успеем мы все выполнить в этой серии. Ладно, постараемся. Побежали к Васку. Так, торговец это тоже позже. Опа. Ящичек. Вот портовый район, а вон и Васка.
Lively there, lads and lasses! I promised the merchants and their prince we'd be off before the tide. You, man, carry that properly. That porcelain is worth more than your life. There are some children we'd think best to refuse.
Captain Vasco,
And you are?
I'm de Sade, the prince's nephew. If all is in order, we will soon be embarking on your boat.
It's a ship. Not a boat.
Корабль лодкой назвал.
Apologies.
Apologies for my asking, but the young governor isn't with you.
He didn't come home this morning. I need to find him before departure.
I hope nothing's happened to him or he hasn't changed his mind. The tide does not wait.
Perhaps he simply celebrated his imminent departure with a little too much enthusiasm. Is everything ready?
We're short a crew member. The cabin boy is missing. But have no fear, we will leave without him if he does not present himself before the tide.
Is he an important member of the crew?
We don't need him for sailing or navigation. He's only a cabin boy.
He must have simply had a bit too much to drink in celebrating his departure. Like another I know.
I doubt that. Jonas was never one to fancy drink. And it's been 2 days since last he was seen. No, I fear something bad has happened to him. Might I ask you, if you hear anything, could you report it to me? I would like to set sail with a clear mind.
Еще одно дополнительное задание. Просто шикарно. Да. Давайте спросим о Константине. Потому что я его сейчас буду искать. Это мы тоже спросим, но первоочередное задание это будет Константин.
You haven't heard anything about my cousin by chance, have you? To be honest, we were hoping to find him here.
Did you say he was intending on celebrating his departure? My men spoke of a rather animated party that went down at the Coin Tavern, but I haven't heard anything else.
That isn't the safest place in the city. I hope nothing has happened to him.
Let's go and find him. Thank you, Captain.
Happy to be of some help.
Have you seen anyone wandering about? Suspicious looking. Maybe clandestine passengers.
Take a look around. There are far too many comings and goings to spot possible stowaways. As long as they don't try and get on my ship, I pay no attention to them. That said, we did catch ourselves a smuggler just a while ago.
A smuggler? Maybe he could be of some use. Where could I find him?
In the port jails, not far from the warehouses. May I ask you, why the sudden interest in smugglers and the odd stowaway?
Но я его не знаю, поэтому рассказывать ничего не буду.
Nothing to bother yourself about. I'm just curious.
You wouldn't, by the sheerest of coincidences, be on the trail of a couple of heretics, Your Excellency. The same a couple of the ambassadors of Ptolemy's men have been looking for nigh on 2 days.
And so you know about that?
Of course. The Cardinal's henchmen are hard to miss, even in a crowd. And they were making quite a fuss, hoping we would cave in and help them in their hunt. Feel free to carry out your own investigation, but you'll end up with the same answers. The port brigs, just like the warehouses, are property of the Nords. No one else may enter.
Does the boy know anyone in Serene?
Other than fellow Nords, you mean? I don't think so, but it's difficult to be sure.
When did you see your cabin boy for the last time?
It's been 2 days since I've had any news at all. It wasn't out of the ordinary until this morning. My men have free shore leave when we're at dock. But the day of departure, every able-bodied sailor must be present on the ship.
This Jonas, does he have any close friends amongst the crew?
In tradition, we are all members of the same family. But yes, there would be Flavio and Lauro.
Might I have a word with them?
As you wish, you'll find them over there, in port.
Be back soon,
Все, в принципе, мы все узнали.
We need to have a word with that people
О
smuggler.
Юнге, а еще о
He's a
еретиках,
captain, Kurt,
о
like
Константине.
yourself. And in order to interrogate the smuggler, we'll need to find a way
Так,
into his
теперь идем в
jail.
таверну. Опа, еще сундучок, отлично. Походу они так все будут разбросаны по городу. Здоровье, боеприпасы, все это нужно. Это все стучит камни, походу. Не знаю, что такое усталость. Так, это что такое? Вы потом опять же прочитайте. О, отлично. Мы уже прошли несколько миссий, они уже рассказали нам... Только сейчас сказали, что можно несколькими способами, оказывается, проходить. Ну ладно.
Good day, tavern keeper.
Good day to you. What is your pleasure?
I'm looking for my cousin. His name is Constantine. I believe he was intent on celebrating his departure last night.
There was indeed a party here last night, but it ended badly.
Whatever do you mean?
A brawl broke out. My tavern was shattered, and no one's paid for the damages.
I'm sorry. Amongst the rebel rousers, did there happen to be a young man? 20 years of age. Hair down to his neck, light brown, blue eyes. Quite the talker.
I don't believe it. Of course he was there. He's the man that started the fight. I hope you've come to reimburse me. Don't count on me to help you if that's not the case.
What kind of damage are we talking about exactly?
A good half of my furniture was broken into firewood. I piled up the lot over there.
Let me take a look. Perhaps it can be repaired.
If you can fix it, I'll be obliged. If not, you'll need to pay.
Вот, может, двумя способами. Платить я не собираюсь ему. Давайте лучше попробуем починить.
That's not a small sum. I need to think about my options.
Oh, the father has forgotten to give his son his allowance, it would seem.
Так, а вот грубить не надо.
I need to be off. Farewell.
Goodbye.
Чё-то он обалдел. Так, что там? Это половина мебели? Один стол сломан? Да, любитель он преувеличивает.
The furniture is in terrible condition. The fight must have been extremely violent.
It looks as if it's fixable. I've seen worse. We'll need to build some metal dowels, but once done, we can make them like new.
Вот, по-моему, вот тут есть шурупы, еще что-то там. Вот. Шурупы, монеты. Тоже железная руда нам не помешает. Вот тут еще какая-то комната была, я помню. Опа, и тут тоже шурупы. Вот, все, мы нашли все. Пойдемте починим. Чтобы он не возмущался.
And there you have it. You'd never guess they were once broken.
Отлично. Никаких навыков не понадобилось.
Well then, were you able to repair it all?
Yes, just like new. Or nearly.
That does indeed look like fine work. You know what you're doing.
I would hope. Can you tell me where I can find my cousin now?
Your cousin is either a very bad joker or a right good fool. He went and insulted a band of ruffians from the lower boroughs. Dangerous fellows. They've a storehouse they operate out of a few streets from here.
What kind of business do they run?
Several, actually, and they're all illegal and profitable. But you didn't hear that from me. In any case, if you were set on recovering your cousin, I would hurry if I were you. They're not the tender sorts.
Thank you for the information.
Off with ya. Get him out of whatever mess he's got himself into. Seemed like a courageous fellow who could down his pint. Anything else?
Все, в принципе, мы все узнали.
Farewell.
Goodbye.
Пойдемте искать Константина. Его какие-то, не пойму, бандиты, что ли, схватили. Так, куда нам бежать? В принципе, недалеко. Вот сюда за поворот. Да, мрачноватенько. Вообще спят на улице. Сундучок еще один. Лишние монеты, боеприпасы всегда к месту. Точнее, они лишними не бывают, вот. Прям по трупам прошелся. Че, он что ли поет? Не видно, что он в плену.
That vulture of a tavern master was right. It is Constantine's voice. It's coming from the floor above.
It sounds as if he's locked up.
And I have a feeling they're expecting company. Be careful. The slightest itchy word to these brutes will have them drawing blades to scratch it.
Negotiation may be the solution. As you say, this breed of brutes won't spit on ransom money.
What a waste. I'd rather sneak around them than give half a coin to these seedy fellows.
Не, но вы слышали этот диалог? Просто гениальный. Слышно, что он заперт. Константин заперт. По-моему, мне кажется, слепой бы даже догадался. Ладно. Немножко туповат наш главный герой, ну ладно. Простим ему эту оплошность. Так. Ага, что-то мешает, отлично. И это тоже мы не сможем. Поднимайся наверх обратно. Что он так медленно поднимает? А вот, все нормально. Давайте, если есть возможность по-тихому пройти, то по-тихому действительно пройдем. Вот. На корточках пройдемся. Опа, вон двое. Так, а как мне вот тут? Так, вроде никто не видит. Блин, а вот он, все. Вроде не заметили. Так, давайте обыщем комнаты. Константин пока подождет. Я вижу, он там отдыхает. Ага, ключа у меня нету. А взлома тоже навыка этого нету. Пойдемте дальше. Так, это, по-моему, вниз спуститься. Так, вот в этой комнате Константин. Давайте-ка сначала обыщем комнаты. Ключики от его комнаты. Отлично. Тут что у нас? Золотые монеты. Давайте открывать ему дверь. Ну да, он в плену, видно сразу.
Riches to expedite, and a demanding father to impress. Constantine, it's me! My dear cousin! My lucky star! Always there to pull me out of my fight.
I do what I can. We're departing soon. Your father wasn't pleased by your absence this morning.
Have you ever seen him happy about anything when it comes to me? You know what he thinks of me.
He cares about you, I know that. He appointed you governor, didn't he?
He is ridding himself of a source of constant disappointment. Enough said. Today we set sail for adventure. If you only knew how these river scum treated me.
Найти одежду Константина. Так, куда это? Ага, сюда.
Let's give them their money's worth.
They haven't spotted us. We could sneak out of here silently. We have a ship to board.
You've always been the reasonable soul. Don't you think these brutes deserve
На вот его одежда.
a punishment?
Yes, without a doubt. But don't you think there
Ага.
are pressing matters?
А, вот. Офигеть. Можно менять одежду на своих союзниках. Напарниках, точнее. Так, нам нужен вот этот болван. Так, пойдемте. Все, валим. Так, так как нас двое уже, точнее трое, двое союзников, я хотел сказать. Давайте разберемся уже с этими бандитами, все-таки проучить-то надо. Так, все, давайте выходим на большую арену. Оп, ох ты. Да ёкарный бабай. Так, двух. Я не могу, они что там разобраться? Я один с двумя. Да. Так, все. Выпьем зелье. Так, а почему у меня не закреплено оно? Так. Зелье у меня будет на единицу. Смотрим. Зелье здоровья. Отлично. Монеты. Опа, опа. Одежда. Да уйди. От камеры Константина. А, типа можно было разобраться с ними и... Ну ладно, я по-тихому прошел. Мало ли, знаете, если бы я их убил, там, его внутри убили, еще что-то. Так, задание мы выполнили с Константином. Давайте. Нам надо найти Юнгу. Поговорить с продавцом. Так, к отплытию мы еще не готовы. Хочу все выполнить. Давайте-ка, вот знаете, выполним насчет этих еретиков. Вот. Сходим туда. Я действительно хочу... Я буду выполнять все. И сюжет, и дополнительные задания. Мало ли, может, какие-то бонусы получим. Вот я все же ориентируюсь на то, что, вот помните, мы помогли тому алхимику. У меня есть такое предположение, что позже где-нибудь мы его встретим, и он поможет нам. Знаете, такое есть в играх. Вот. Теперь этих еретиков надо найти. Все, мы, в принципе, по-моему, дошли. Вот. О чем говорил этот Васка, что эти еретики или кто-то там еще спрятан на складах, а они принадлежат каким-то навтам. Вот. Что там светится? А, что-то в доме.
You cannot pass. Only the Norts have access to the prison.
Угу. Сюда нельзя. А это что, ребята, там стоят?
Halt! The warehouse is off limits. Move along.
Так, интуиции у меня нет. Настоять нет. Хотя попробуем.
Can't you make an exception?
No, sorry, sir. Move along, please. Now.
Very well. I'm going.
Тут тоже не получилось. Давайте-ка посмотрим. Вот в этом доме что-то есть. Потом все взглянем, взвесим. Может, тут тоже как-то по-тихому можно пройти. И... Опа! Заберемся тут. Давайте на корточки сядем. Какие-то цветы вообще, зачем они мне? Так, тут никого нету. С этим
Are
побазарим.
you the smuggler?
You snuck yourself in here just to ask me that question? If this is some sort of trick to get me to admit to some crime, you are truly twisted.
You can see for yourself that I'm no Nord. Come now. Are you the one I'm looking for?
I'm already locked up. What more do I risk? Yes, I am a smuggler. But I'm not the only one in this city.
I'm searching for a couple fleeing to Leme. They're trying to leave the city discreetly. Have they contacted you?
You certainly can't imagine I'm going to answer you without getting something in exchange. I don't really think of my clients as kin, but I'd never betray any of them for free.
A real saint you are. How about your freedom in exchange for your loyalty? Tell me where I can find them and I'll open this cage.
That works for me. Your two Telemites are hidden in a warehouse behind this very prison. They must be waiting for me. But you might want to be quick about it. If the Norts get their hands on them, they'll find themselves in this same cage.
Thank you.
Anytime. And these doors? You're gonna open them, right?
Угу, еще надо его освободить. Так, давайте опять же на корточках. Уходим также. Нам еще надо найти... Вот, переодеться навтом. Где мне найти одежду? Ага. А почему в другом? А че я на корточках-то? Вот. Вот. Давайте сюда зайдем. Там кто-то ходит, что ли? Опа. Так, давайте по-тихому. Бьем его. Вообще можно убивать, интересно? Так, не вид. А, блин, друзья у входа стоят. Еще никто не слышал? Там кто-то есть? Опа. Тебя сзади. Обыщем. Тут что-нибудь есть? Наверное, какая-нибудь одежда может лежит. Так, это на выход. Нет, нам не сюда. Такие три придурка, блин, ходят. Это можно открыть? Опять же взлом. Нам не повезло. Опа, шляпа. Продадим. Или бы на этих повесим на своих товарищей. Так, надо посмотреть тут. Вон она. Быстро к ней, быстро. Все отлично. Опять взлом. Все закрыто. В принципе, все, по-моему, никого нету. А, нет, подождите. Да. Вот. И одежда. Давайте переоденемся. Бушлат матроса. Перчатки матросы и сапоги. Надеюсь, нет взлома. Да, такой я наивный. Ключики. Можно пробежаться. Интересно, никто не спалит, типа трупы там. Попробуем сразу через них пройти. Отлично, отлично, не останавливают. Так, открываем его. Да мне все равно, что там сказал.
Hello? What can I do for you?
We're the relay. You're dismissed.
Finally! We were starting to grow moss. Courage, me hearties.
Это что ж за глупая охрана? Мы ж только что недавно подходили. Они видели наше лицо. Ну ладно. Так, тут всякая ерунда. Нам наверх.
Who is there?
May the Illuminated save us. Did the smuggler send you?
The man to which you are referring was arrested and thrown into prison, but revealed to me your hiding place.
Oh, the traitor!
Have you come to deliver us to the Inquisition then? Please, please, have pity on our souls. We have committed no crime. We are not heretics. We are nothing more than historians.
In that case, why is the ambassador of Teleme so concerned about your teachings? Why is the Inquisition looking for you, and why are you hiding?
Our only error was wanting to publish our work.
It's true. We presented our research, but it didn't please the censor. And here you have the result.
We fled all the way to Serene, thinking we would be safe. But the Inquisition wants to silence us so badly that they followed us here.
Tell me more about your research. What about it is so horrifying that it would provoke such a fuss?
our work concerned the teachings of St. Lucius.
The disciple of Saint Matthias. The one who returned to Teleme after traveling with his master.
The very same. His writing was carefully preserved, but never seriously studied.
With the discovery of Teofredi, we thought it crucial to take a look at the original text. We wanted to verify if this island could have been the faraway place that he spoke of. The Eden of Saint Matthias.
And? What did you find?
Teofredi is without any doubt the land that our Saint Matthias and his disciples went to. But the text that we discovered was radically different from what we expected to find.
In the original text, St. Lucius doesn't speak of an Eden, of the paradise of the illuminated. He speaks of a voice that came from the depths of the earth, which convinced St. Matthias to stay there.
It was written in black and white, and there is no doubt about it. The original was written in Lucius's own hand.
I understand now what that text has cost you. This voice from the depths sounds more the power of a demon than a saint.
The sacred texts are always difficult to interpret, but what is written is written.
Давайте о плане побега спросим.
Who were you hoping would give you asylum?
We were hoping to reach Al-Sad. The Inquisition won't chase us into the den of their enemies.
Our research won't interest the Bridge Alliance, or at least I doubt it. But at least we'll be safe.
By entering Al-Sad as clandestines, you risk being taken for spies.
That would be better than being burned at the stake.
Did you try speaking with the censors? You could forget what you have discovered, perhaps.
Oh, we have signed already an abjugation stating that we misunderstood the sacred texts of St. Lucius. We were even ready to say that we had never seen the true text, or anything else that would have pleased them.
It served no purpose. It's our lives they are after.
I see. Well, you have no other choice but to run and seek refuge in enemy territories.
I beg of you, please do not deliver us to them. Let us continue on this path.
Опа. Ну опять же, давайте поступим как и с алхимиком. Но вы сами видите, что люди не виноваты. Да, конечно, полный пипец. Отпустим их. Отпустим определенно.
It doesn't sit well with me to send you to the flames. I freed your smuggler, and he'll certainly be in touch. He or another member of his band. Be careful, and safe travels.
Oh, thank you, my lord. You are a man of noble heart. May the illuminated protect you.
Thank you for having heard us and helped. You are truly full of kindness.
Да, тут немножко вот эта вот инквизиция поучаствовала. Да.
It would seem that I'm not the only one with a tender heart.
Поговорить с послом Телему. Вот, сразу туда, к нему, чтобы не тратить время на пробежки.
Good day, Excellency.
Sir de Sade, to what do I owe the pleasure?
It pains me to inform you that the heretics you seek have fled.
Curse them! How could that possibly have happened?
Давайте солжем.
Alas, these renegades have found protection with the ambassador of the Bridge Alliance. I would not have been able to capture them without risking a diplomatic incident that my uncle would have condemned.
The bridge. I thought as much. Those heretics have turned to them. But I had hoped that you might intervene quickly enough to stop them. It is truly regrettable. We have nothing else to do but pray that the Luminous might shield us from their lies.
Отлично. Опыт, репутация повышена, выполнили миссию,
I must
все
be
шикарно.
going. Farewell, Excellency.
May the light guide you, de Sade.
Так, выйдем и посмотрим уровень. Так, характеристика нам еще недоступна. И талант. Навыки давайте качаем. Да я пока не пользуюсь огнестрельным. Давайте... Да и тяжелым тоже. Вот, безжалостный клинок качаем. Так, теперь найти... Давайте найдем Юнгу и будем на этом заканчивать. И уже в следующей серии уверенно будем уплывать с этого острова. Потому что это уже никуда не годится. Эти миссии побочные. Вот эта беготня, вся ерунда. Так, куда нам надо вообще идти? Так, вот сюда, так, все, понял. Давайте тогда увидимся там. Вот я и на месте. Надо поговорить вот с этим мужичком. Сейчас сундучок еще обыщем. Поехали.
Good day, sailor. I've been told that you know the missing cabin boy well. Is that right?
You talking about Jonas? You bet your stars I know him. But like I've been crying to the 9 deaf winds, he didn't go missing, he was taken.
Да, Васка не будем спрашивать, а Юнге спросим.
Why would anyone want to snatch a mere cabin boy?
How would I know? Jonas is a gentle boy who keeps his head down. You think my story is nothing but mist too, don't you?
It's just that I can't imagine a gang of thugs hoping to get a ransom for a cabin boy. Did Jonas seem troubled to you the night he disappeared?
Maybe. For sure he wasn't his usual self.
Do you know what was on his mind?
No. No idea.
Why would anyone want to snatch a mere cabin boy?
How would I know? Jonas is a gentle boy who keeps his head down. You think my story is nothing but mist too, don't you?
It's just that I can't imagine a gang of thugs hoping to get a ransom for a cabin boy. Why would anyone want to snatch a mere cabin boy?
How would I know? Jonas is a gentle boy who keeps his head down. You think my story is nothing but mist too, don't you?
It's just that I can't imagine a gang of thugs hoping to get a ransom for a cabin boy.
Так, мы все узнали у него.
I need to be going.
Ага, еще вот сюда надо сходить. Там еще с какой-то... Надо бабой поговорить. О, отлично, отлично. Так, а баба ли-то это вообще? Ну,
Good
вроде да.
day. Someone told me that you're a friend of Jonas's, the young cabin boy who's gone missing.
That's right, yeah. Are you looking for him?
Yes. Your captain asked me to go and find him.
Happy to hear he's taken the disappearance seriously. What can I do for you?
When did you last see him?
2 days ago, in the evening. We went to have a drink in the tavern. Jonas, Lauro, and myself.
Did anything seem out of the ordinary? Was he troubled?
Maybe a tad troubled. Like he was somewhere else.
Why would that be? Give me your best guess.
Boy, I haven't the faintest idea.
What does Jonas do in his free time, when you're on land?
He just hangs around here or there. You know the cabin boys don't have half a sailor's wages. And when evening comes, we usually go down the tavern with good old Lauro.
Did he ever have one too many?
Never. He sips his pint like it was bad medicine. One drink lasts him the whole night.
Do you think he could have made himself any enemies?
I wouldn't think that for a moment. Jonas has a good heart and he steers clear of trouble and troublemakers.
Так.
Does he know anyone in Serene?
No one, far as I know.
I don't know where to start with this. Do you have any idea?
No. Lauro won't stop telling anyone who will lend him an ear that the boy was carried off by thugs.
And you don't believe him?
I like Lauro, don't get me wrong, he's like a brother. But to be honest, He drinks a little more than he should. The itch for a drink gets us all, but to him more than others, and when you drink too much, the imagination wanders. Here, yesterday, it was me who tied one over, and I thought I heard Jonas's voice by the canal. I called back to him, as you guessed, but then nothing. Drink. It blurs the senses.
I need to be going. Farewell.
Так, что-то я вообще запутался, не понимаю. Одна одно говорит, другое другое. Так, о чем мне у этого надо спросить? Сундучок.
Hello again.
Well, now, did you find him?
No, but I'm not giving up hope. Were you a witness to the event?
Yes, I was. Even though I'd had a few tumblers in the belly, I hadn't yet lost my head. The other day, in the tavern, I saw him talking to a well-dressed man, surrounded by some other sly ruffians. And then when we left, him and I, Flavia left a little earlier, you understand? Well, those brutes were there, waiting for him. They just up and took him like that. Grabbed his arms and poof. Gone. Vanished.
Why didn't you intervene?
I tried to, believe me. But my legs betrayed me. Wavering they were. And I fell into the gutter.
Did you report this to the captain?
Unfortunately not. I know all too well what weight my words carry. Even Flavia treated me like a drunken fool. And the captain? No, not telling him that. I still have some pride left, you get me?
Did anyone else see the kidnapping?
There was still a small crowd in the tavern. But outside, I seem to recall that regular being there. We play cards with him from time to time. Kind of fellow who plays from morning to night time to be that skilled. But now and again he comes out. When nature calls, you know. I kind of remember his face being there.
Отлично.
I need to be going.
Strange story this is.
Something isn't right here. I can feel it.
Давайте быстро
We need to
переоденемся.
lift the veil on this.
То есть вот этот камзол, по сути, слабее, чем бушлат матроса. Давай тогда в нем и ходить. Я просто думал, что он послабее камзола был. Ну ладно. Так, теперь нам куда? Нам куда? В таверну. Давайте тогда уже там увидимся. Так, вот мы на месте. Поговорим с этим трактирщиком.
Tavern keeper.
I see you're back. Can I bore you something this time?
I'm looking for a Naut. A young cabin boy who's been missing roll call for 2 days now.
A Naut, you say? That's not a lot to go on. There are quite a few that come to my tavern.
According to one of his fellows, he would have been taken right here.
A kidnapping. In my establishment. You surely jest. Or at least I hope you do. I would have noticed. That doesn't hold water.
Someone told me about one of your faithful clients. A big gambler, it would seem.
I see. An able-bodied man. Passes his time lightening the pouches of sailors coming through.
Where might I find him at this time?
Here? He would never give away his chair at his table. Anything else?
I need to be off. Farewell.
Так, еще на одного нам указал. И... О, это что у него с лицом?
Who are you?
Он тоже болеет,
I don't
блин.
recognize you. Am I in your debt?
No. Have no fear about that. It's for a different reason that I am here. I'm looking for a Naut that disappeared 2 days ago, after visiting this establishment. A young cabin boy. 2 members of his crew accompanied him.
Yes, that does ring a bell. I've played with the 3 of them.
Tell me what happened that evening.
A rich merchant came in, with a band of strong arms. The kind of men you can round up for a few coins, if you catch my drift. They exchanged words with the cabin boy. The kid was defensive, not sitting pretty. And then they finally left.
And after that?
It just so happens that I did go out for a breather. I needed some fresh air. And I think I might well have seen those same men grab him. But that was none of my business. I wouldn't have thought that they were kidnapping him if that's what it was. They weren't particularly rough with him.
What can you tell me about the boy? How was he that night?
He seemed rather nervous, as if he was worried about something. Didn't feel like playing, that I remember. And he must have been right to be nervous, if he's disappeared.
Who was the rich merchant, do you think? A jilted lover? A moneylender?
No, sir. You are in luck. It so happens that I know the man. It was Sir Fontaine, that merchant.
Where can I find him?
He has a house in the wealthy boroughs, just off the canal. A stone's throw from the Thélème embassy.
Thank you. You've been immensely helpful.
This man is completely owned by his love for the game. Do you think we can trust him?
What would he gain from lying?
I have no idea. But what would any wealthy merchant gain from
Так,
holding
куда
a
нам
penniless
идти?
child?
О, опять беготня. Давайте уже тогда опять же там же увидимся. Так, вот мы и пришли. Богатенький дом. Заходим.
Might I help you, sir?
I would like to have a word with Sir Fontaine.
He is absent, but the lady of the house could certainly receive you. Enter, please.
Oh, I know you. I've seen you at court. You are Lord de Sade. And to what do I owe the honor of your visit, Excellency?
I would like to have a word with your husband.
He is not here, but perhaps I could be of help.
It concerns a delicate matter. We're looking for a missing cabin boy. According to witnesses, he had an argument with your husband before being taken.
I see. I am afraid that you have been misled. You seem to have come to the wrong conclusion. The cabin boy you speak of was not taken. He has simply returned home.
Excuse me, but I'm not sure I understand.
Don't you see, Your Excellency? We got our son back.
I am very surprised. Several witnesses confirmed that your son had a fight with your husband, and that his men escorted him from the tavern using force. If he had joined your husband willingly...
Witnesses? In a tavern? And you choose to believe these drunkards over a respectable family?
These witnesses are all in agreement, and it's their testimonies that have led me to your doorstep.
My son was probably shocked to have found us. My husband and the other men might have simply had to carry him. A gesture that your drunkards must have misunderstood.
How did you find your son's trail?
We have never stopped looking for him. We learned the new name they gave him, Jonas. My poor little Celestine. Then we learned the name of the ship he sailed on. No sooner had it docked in Serene than my husband had the crew watched closely, and we found him.
Where might I find your son now?
I cannot say, Excellency. You must understand why. Until the Nauts have set sail, we live in fear they will take him back from us.
This pact. It sounds like some fear-inducing story.
The Nauts wouldn't be the first to recruit through dubious means.
Так. Узнать о договорах нафтов. Это куда мне? Так, ну, понятно, выйти уже. О боже, это какой-то, блин, олимпиада по всему городу. Бегать туда, в таверну, еще сюда. Давайте увидимся там. Вот мы и на месте. Опа, сзади сундучок. Неплохо, неплохо.
Sir? Constantine d'Orsay, future governor of Tir-Fredi. I'm enchanted, Captain. I am eager to board your ship.
Enchanted as well, Your Highness. I hope you enjoy your voyage.
Are you ready? Can we weigh anchor?
We should be able to set sail with the tide, as agreed upon. I'm still without news of my cabin boy, but we will have to do without.
В смысле без... А, вот.
I spoke with a woman who told me she was the mother of the cabin boy. She claims that her son was taken from her.
Taken? Her son is sea-gifted.
His parents were required to give him up to honor the terms of a contract.
A contract? But what kind of contract are we speaking of?
A commercial contract. In exchange for services rendered by the Nauts, some families cede more than gold. In some cases, nations even trade some of their subjects before they're born. I wouldn't be able to tell you the condition of Jonas's contract. I didn't even know he was originally from Serene. But what I can tell you is the young man hasn't seen his parents since he was a small child. And ever since, he's been a Naut. Our ships are his home. We are his only family.
Be back soon, Captain.
You see anyone else who might be able to help us? Anyone who's not a Naut?
Oh, how I would like my father to be implicated in this
Так.
sordid business. Our old teacher must surely know what's going on here.
Че такое?
Let's go talk to him.
Блин. Такие задания, вот честно, я вам скажу. Не очень нравится вот эта беготня. Сбегай, принеси, это все туда-сюда. Сейчас у нас тоже куда-нибудь отошлет.
I'm happy to see you. Your absence this morning worried both your father and me.
Come now, Sir de Corsilion. My father may have been angry, outraged, or disappointed, but he's never worried about me. I am sad to have caused you any worry, though. Would you believe that I was rotting away in a sinister jail, guarded by thugs ready to kill me? Though still seeing double from last night's drink, I was preparing an ingenious escape plan when... Ta-da! My dear cousin jumped up out of nowhere and saved me. I'm quite the fairy tale damsel
Лучше
in
б не
distress.
спасал.
You might have refrained from the company of bandits the night before such an important departure.
Take away the risk and halve the pleasure, de Corsilion. It is the salt of life.
I fear that some of my teachings have been misunderstood. But you wanted to ask me something, de Sade?
I've had a word with Lady Fontaine. You must know her. That rich family that lives near the docks. She told me a strange story about her son who was a cabin boy on our ship. She said that he was taken when he was a child due to some contract with the Nauts.
Who was a cabin boy? Do you mean he's no longer one?
They took him back to bring him home.
Well, that is very unpleasant news, de Sade. We need to do all we can to bring the boy back to his ship. Since time immemorial, there's always been a certain price to pay for the services of the Nauts. Children born on their ships belong to them. It's the rule of the sea. But certain contracts are so important that they also require children to be offered in exchange. From time to time, the congregation has passed such accord, and certain noble families had to give their children up.
Are you telling me that the Fontaines lost their son because of some agreement signed between my uncle and the Nauts?
No. That pact ended a long time ago. This cabin boy couldn't have been a part of that contract. But Sir Fontaine has made a fortune trading with the Alliance, via ships.
Do you mean he would have offered up his own son in exchange for wealth?
Well, he probably did it before the birth of the child, and regretted it afterwards. But that is of little importance. What counts most is that you bring the boy back to the Nauts as quickly as possible. Breaking a contract with the seafarers has always cost us dearly. Our nation could feel it in its coffers.
I will do my best.
A father selling his own son for a few boat rides.
Так, куда нам идти?
For ugly, that is ugly.
Опять к этой бабе. Опять переместимся сразу же туда. Так, вот мы опять на месте. Опа. Почитаем.
This document mentions another property, a warehouse.
That would be a great
А, и
place
всё?
to hide. Shall we
Я
take
думал
a
опять с
peek?
этой женщиной говорить. О, боже мой. Телепортируемся. Хоп, и мы здесь. Заходим.
Here we are. Be careful. Fontaine won't be alone. He'll have his henchmen with him.
A handful of underlings don't scare us away. Right.
Sir de Sade, what are you doing here?
I've come looking for your son. The Nauts are worried about his disappearance.
Those Nauts took him from us, but now we've got him back, and he'll be staying with us.
Would you be so kind as to hear what I have to say, Sir Fontaine?
Так, давайте попробуем харизму использовать.
You've taken your son against his will and have him locked up like merchandise in a warehouse. Is that what you call being a good father?
As if you would know what it is like to be a parent. You are far too young to understand the way we feel.
Не получилось.
I looked into the contract that binds you to the Nauts. It was indeed you who ceded your son to them in exchange for help with your business with the bridge.
It is so. But that sort of contract is ignoble. I never would have signed it if I had known.
You should have thought of that before. Breaking the contract could have regrettable consequences for the congregation.
The prince will know how to negotiate with the Nauts. If they take my son back, my wife will die of sadness.
Her sadness will be all the more terrible if she learned of your role in the story, don't you think?
You wouldn't dare tell her. I beg you.
You're not leaving me with a choice.
Very well. Take the key and
Отлично.
take him
И
away.
репутация поднялась.
Cursed be the day I delivered my son unto the Nauts.
All children leave the nest one day or another, sir. Farewell.
Давайте освободим этого нафта.
So it's here that our man keeps his son. Abusive fathers.
Who are you?
My name is de Sade. I am legate of the congregation. Your captain has sent me to find you.
And were you able to convince my father to allow me to go free?
Yes. Even if I had to bend his arm a little.
That doesn't surprise me. He seemed to have no intention of changing his mind. I feel more sorry for my mother. She seems so sweet and happy to see me.
You don't seem to be all that close to your parents.
I hadn't seen them since I was 5 years old. I barely remember them. They find me, capture me, and lock me up in this warehouse. Hard to grow close after all that. My family is the Nauts. I am sorry for my parents, but that is the way of it now. Can I go home?
Yes. You should still go and say farewell to your mother. Then find your way to the ship. I'll see you there.
Так, отлично. Бежим говорить Васка и будем уже, наверное, заканчивать. Давайте, чтобы я не бегал, сразу перейду туда к Васка. Так, вот мы и пришли.
So, are you ready? Can we weigh anchor?
Да подожди ты,
sail
ё-моё.
with the tide, as agreed upon. My cabin boy, Jonas, is back on ship. I have you to thank, I imagine.
You do. It's a rather sad affair, and though solved, leaves a broken family behind.
All we can do is plot a course. No one tells the wind what to do. I do thank you. I didn't think you'd go to so much trouble for a cabin boy. Your actions bring you honor.
Вообще шикарно. И репутация, все. Чики-брики. Так. Нет, мы не поднимаемся на борт. Все, давайте тогда заканчивать на этом. У нас остается еще одно дополнительное задание. Это договориться с продавцом. Это все сделаем в следующей серии. И тогда уже будем отплывать тоже в следующей серии. Вот. Что я еще хотел подвести итоги? Вот знаете, вот хочется проходить дополнительные задания, вот эти вот побочные. Но из-за того, что вот эта беготня, вот вы сами видели, серия очень долгой получилась. Поэтому иногда не хочется проходить, но все же я буду проходить. Вот. Видите, какие-то плюшки мы получаем за это. Вот. На этом все тогда. Спасибо большое за внимание, за просмотр. Ставьте лайки, ставьте дизлайки. Хотел бы всем вам пожелать удачи. Всем спасибо, всем пока-пока.